It's 1964. The Komi Republic stands defiantly against the formidable West Russian Revolutionary Front. Despite being outnumbered more than 3-1, the Komi Republic braces itself against this relentless adversary. As one of the last bastions of democracy in Western Russia, it becomes a beacon for refugees from all across the region, all flocking to its capital in search of the safe haven they were promised, but it's not going to turn out. Hi, I'm Colonel Cam, and welcome to 9 years as the Komi Republic in the New Order. Hello guys, before we begin, I just want to say that I had no idea what I was getting into. This guy in my comments kept recommending me to play specifically Monarchist Komi. I had no idea why, nor did I do any research about this country. What you're about to witness is my unspoilt reaction to the events that unfold over the course of this video. And if you don't know what happens, I won't spoil it, so sit back and enjoy the video. Okay, the Komi Republic. Now this nation was actually requested for a long time by a very specific individual. I almost feel bad if I don't play it. So here we are, we're playing the Komi Republic. Thank you for requesting that one for like months on end. It has gotten through now, I am playing it. Now, there is some lore to this country. We used to be a part of the West Russian Revolutionary Front, and then we broke away, and because, I don't know, we didn't like it or something. But we're actually a democracy. Look at this. Democratic socialism. We've got Luftwaffe terror bombing. That's the same for like everyone in West Russia. Oh, everyone in West Russia. A place for all of us. A lot of refugees or something. I don't know. The Clash of Shadows. And yeah, this is the one where it's like we got a bunch of weapons underneath our city. The Styatkava Arsenal. Did I say that right? Someone tell me how to pronounce this in the comments, okay? This is the focus tree we're looking at right now. Obviously you can see the divisions here. So I had to go right, and at the time I didn't know. I just guessed, okay? I guessed that the monarchy would be on the right because the center, probably not. The left, definitely not. So yeah, right. The political scene in the Republic is one of the most chaotic and dangerous on the planet, with a variety of movements clashing in the National Assembly. So we got the right, the center, and the left, and they've all got all these coalitions. Okay, we got the budget. I chose Morozov to deal with the budget because he's slightly to the right, I think. So I thought it was appropriate to go right to choose him. Apparently, because of all the refugees that are coming in, our politics are extremely radical. We got a lot of different ideas going through the party. Although we're a democracy for now, things can change very quickly. Sorry, Ivan, or we need to accept the other factions. Okay, well, hang on, let me open this, all right, and see who these people are. Yes, accept other factions, let's do that. Speak with Stalina. Is this what is this, Stalin's wife? What's going on? Okay, the daughter of the famous, oh, no, literally, what? The daughter of Stalin. Oh, wait, I was like, no, it actually is, okay. Okay, well, yeah, but speak with her, okay, so what is she doing here? Shouldn't she be in like some communist country? What is she doing in the Komi Republic? I wanted to try and do a raid, okay? My target was Vyatka. Surely we could pull it off. I couldn't see like any troops on the border. The government in check. Nothing in our government has been spared from danger. In one way or another, while we have essentially twiddled our thumbs, both the left and the right have plotted, calculated, and made their moves with no counterattack from us. We've also got all these bills that we can choose to increase the power of the left, right, or center. So I got to make sure I choose the one that increases the right. Prisoners need exercise anyway. Yeah, they increase the overall power of the Komi right by a random amount. Yeah, the prisoners need exercise, guys. Come on, look at that, 63 now. Oh, the raid failed. I'm not doing another raid again. Screw that. The border clashes are always so hard to win, unless you've got like heavy tanks. I swear you can never win them. Anyway, it was time to choose the direction we were going to go officially. So now, oh, we need that's probably done by an event. So we'll continue down these acts. I'm sure we can increase the power of the right. Okay, here's the decision based on what we go down. The left is the most immediate threat. Okay, so we want to go down eyes to the left if we're going right, I think. So if we do the left is the most immediate threat, yeah. We complete eyes to the left. Cool. We can build schools. Can we build hospitals? Do you know how many hospitals we have? Look at this. Look how many hospitals we have. None. There's a slither of green. I probably should. I'm building hospitals right now, but it's taking forever. As if there isn't a decision to build hospitals. I hadn't actually looked at our economy yet, and it turns out we're in extremely high deficit, so I just removed all spending possible. You know, that's how you fix it. A new face. Gets event the daughter of the Soviet Union. So apparently there's a new face of the opposition. I don't whatever that means. There's someone we don't know who's defecting. We've got no idea who this person is, but they're defecting from the left, and it's not good for us. Okay. Before this new splinter of the left moves to attack. All right, that's dangerous. It's good. We have a random people. Found him. Turns out it was this guy, Surov. Don't think he's an issue now because we know him. I don't know. We received an ultimatum from the West Russians, which means we're just getting raided, so I gotta get some divisions over there. Oh, they're already... Bro, they had to be there. They had to be there. I had my guys here. I was like, I'm ready, alright? We're gonna take them out, but no, of course they're there. The enemy is defeated. 25 political power and stability. A power play. Why would I choose this one? There is no time to... No. Does it matter? See, this makes me think that this decision matters. Right? The fact that we lose political power, and that's it. I want to remind you that I don't even know what I'm doing, okay? Like, it's a miracle that I'm able to navigate through all these events and do the correct options, because I've got no clue. We also passed a bill that was able to increase our conscription, which is very useful considering we've got 0 manpower, right? We're in desperate need of it. We also completed the focus, the interlude, and got a new focus tree. The coalition negotiations. We will choose the official center candidate for the 1963 elections. Yeah, we got an election this year, so I'm sure that's gonna be great. And after a bunch of candidates finished their speeches, like Stalin's daughter and Mazurov, the election day would begin. Election day preparations. Yeah, what harm could a little bit of suppression do? Yeah, it's a lot actually. Violence at the polls. Oh no, people are screaming at each other. We've received news of severe violence erupting in many of our polling locations. In total, 3 people have been killed and 19 have been wounded by paramilitary forces. Yep, that was our paramilitary suppression that we sent in, but at least we got the election to go in our favor. The right sweeps the National Assembly, and the collected associate far-right coalition, once considered a fringe group, have won majority in the National Assembly. Look at this, new focus tree. The Shafarishich... Okay, I'm actually going to put an effort into pronouncing this correctly. The Shafarevich. Okay, so I've got myself an iced coffee because I'm too tired. It's like not even, it's literally 17 minutes past 8 o'clock, right? 8:15, let's call it. And I'm tired, so I had to get myself an iced coffee. And it was so hot in my room before, I walked out. Alright, that's crazy, bro. Anyway, we got this democracy secured bill that for some reason did everything other than democracy. And we shall assume absolute power. Yeah, that's good. Democracy, right? We assume absolute power now. Guys, we love democracy. New definition of democracy just dropped. The party has power over the people. Anyway, I tried another raid, but this time I was gonna win, alright? I'm not picking a hard target. Like, no strength. Oh, we did it, okay. Liquid reserves by 200% in our monthly income. It's event treasure as well. I forgot how good raiding is. I actually forgot how good it is. Ascending from the depths. The new focus tree will become available. Remove a place for all of us. Gets event the remnants of the opposition. Oh. Dude, why do all our generals keep dying? Why do we have a new one? Who's this guy? We got this new focus tree with quite a few different options. There was like 4 in total. I'm pretty sure they're all different as well. So there's a lot of paths going on. Anyway, it was about that time to start declaring war on everyone around us. The Republic. Whoa. Provisional government. We're just a provisional government now. This guy's the head of the government, but who's in charge? No one. We just got no one in charge. Is that the case? Okay, nice. Igor, Lev, Sergei, or Ivan Surov. Oh. I don't know, I'm just going to do this one first, okay? I haven't made up my mind. There's so many choices within other choices, it's crazy. Literal proof I had no idea what I was doing. It's a miracle I stumbled across the correct path. I mean, I don't know if you guys would have believed me otherwise. We also located a bunch of our political opposition, so we're giving them the Vladimir Putin treatment. We definitely got to take out the West Russians, man. I think that's got to be our next step, right? Oh. We're invading Volgoda, by the way. I forgot to mention that. They're like the weakest one, though, okay? It's not a big deal. Okay, we've eliminated this guy. We've imprisoned Andrei. We've arrested and imprisoned Svetiana. Stalin has fled the country. The former president has fled the country. And we've imprisoned Morozov, okay? And, yep. There we go. Easy. Now, we have no divisions, man. My next step was to take on the West Russians. I mean, I had nowhere else to really go. Vyatka, maybe, but I don't want to get invaded by the West Russians while I'm attacking someone else, so I have to do them. Okay, we're going to go to the new machine because, I don't know, we're modern, I guess. Alexei lives. Who is Alexei? Okay, we're going down the new machine. I want to do that one. The Alexei, isn't he like a guy who's a monarch or something? I don't know. I was kind of on point there. He was the son of the Tsar, but he was shot in a basement by communists with the rest of his family, so things didn't turn...
The claim that Alexei is still alive has been widely propagated by the regent, but remains completely unsubstantiated.
Oh, wait. The West Russians are at war with Vyatka already. It turns out the West Russians were still fighting Vyatka, so this was the perfect opportunity to go in. Okay, I think they're too busy fighting. Yeah, they can't. The West Russians can't handle us as well. Let's just go in from behind and encircle. So Vyatka gets no land. Okay, the Page of Cups, because this says Alexei lives, so I'm gonna do it, okay? I recognize like a man. I recognize a little boy, actually, not even a man, this guy. And we're going down it, so. Russia is a sick country, the motherland is bitterly divided and her people are fearful. Does the future of Russia lie in the past? We ended up just taking all of the West Russian land, and Vyatka got none of it, which is hilarious. Also, we have a different name now, the Ust-Solskist government. We got an event for capturing the Red Army. We put them on trial, and I don't know what we did with them, but probably nothing good. Compared to last time, this is the easiest thing I've ever had. This is the easiest one. This was easier when I played West Russia. After encircling and capturing their capital, they had pretty much already capitulated because they were fighting a bunch of others. Governorship of Vyatka. Appoint the most skilled and qualified candidate? There is no point. Yeah, appoint the most skilled and qualified.
Ever since the collapse of the USSR, some had speculated that the return of monarchism to Russia was inevitable. Nobody, however, could ever have expected it to arrive in its current form.
Alexei lives. All right, this guy specifically wanted me to play Monarchist Komi, so here we are. I somehow found my way to Monarchist Komi. I didn't even look up a guide, okay? I've literally just found my way here. Still, monarchism has a certain appeal. Even if Tabaritsky's ramblings about the divine rights of kings and Alexei Romanov turn heads, would do wonders for solidifying a new Russian state. We moved our capital to Vyatka. Look at that. That's crazy. Also, Germany did something I've never seen before. Operation Sea Lion 2. I've never seen this. The most terrible of all. Come on, Britain. Oh my gosh. Wait, what is this? What are they, like paratroopers? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Free Britain didn't stand a chance. We have one more country to deal with until next year where we'd unify West Russia. Alright, let's go, guys. Just walk in. It's this same one every game. It's always the Bolshevism. Yeah, it's always this guy. Sergei was triumphant in West Russia, and we were finally able to unify it under one government. The West Russian Regency unifies West Russia. Is this the same? Oh, who's that? This is a different guy. Okay, no, this is not the same. Kind of, not really, a little bit. I don't know. Okay, well, the focus tree is different. So, like, where's Alexei? You know, that's a very good question, in-game Cam. I was expecting there to be some sort of Alexei or just, like, him in charge, but we had this guy, and I don't know who he was. But, of course, Alexei died in the basement when he was shot by a bunch of communists, right? This didn't cause too much concern for me. I know Hoi4 Games can just pull random leaders out their ass. Yeah, I've got a lot of political power. I'm just going to do all of them. I'm sure they all benefit me in some way. There we go. All of them are done. The fate of Western Russia was sealed not on any particular day, but through a slow, gradual process. Few noticed any differences at first. Sergei Tabritsky was known for his authoritarianism and harsh dictates after all. It was no secret that there were few lines which he would not cross in the pursuit of his dream. The true secret, visible only in hindsight, was that to the self-proclaimed regent, those lines never existed in the first place. The regent's vision. My eyes can see forever, but what of the past? Connections upon connections, how far do they go? What does this matter? Does this decision matter? You know what? We're doing this one. My eyes can see forever, but what of the past? I'm sure that won't bother me at all. Then I got this clock thing, and when I saw it, I was the most confused man on the planet. I didn't even know what it was. The conduit to heaven. He shall see it all in his state, each cog... Okay. Consider our destiny. Not midnight has come. Appeal to the church. I click both of those decisions. Midnight must never be allowed to come. Consider our destiny. We can do that again. Didn't we already do that? Knowledge is power, divine knowledge. Okay, I'm click consider our destiny again. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it means, but searching for answers. The second invocation. I'm not reading all that. A golden dawn awaits beyond the ebon twilight. The clock slows down. What is this? What even is this? I'm so confused.
The new Russian Empire is reportedly a thing of nightmares, a true autocracy in the Russian tradition, combined with the racialism and totalitarian methodology of the Burgundian system.
The race for the Urals has begun. Okay, so, we can keep considering our destiny. Keep doing that. No clue, right? We're going to influence these guys, right? You know how we can influence them? We just invade them. How does that sound? But before we deal with the Urals, we got to deal with Finland because of the whole Murmansk crisis, and we got to invade them or something. You know, it's really fitting because the night I recorded this video, there was a storm outside. There was a lot of rain, thunder, and lightning. We're invading. I'm trying to talk over the rain. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. Alright. So it turns out closing your window actually fixes the sound of rain. You know, you can't hear it anymore because you close your window. I didn't think of that. Fifth invocation. Oh, we got so many invocations. You know, I should be reading these more thoroughly, but when I was playing, I didn't realize they'd be so significant, so I was just skimming over them, but I'll sum up this one. Basically, he just woke up from his vision of God or something, I don't know, but he's very obsessed with Alexei, okay? And then the journal entries begun, and these were something else. This persistence is most concerning. The process of reorganization is only going to intensify with the passage of time, and the Regency cannot afford continued assaults on its subjects. The Imperial Army must increase its efforts to smoke out the Jew atheists before they can multiply in number. Yeah, they offer a ceasefire, we're going to accept it. Cool, I normally don't accept it, but the Murmansk People's Republic is kind of not lasting too well, so maybe I should. There we go. Okay, we can integrate Kola. Can I consider my destiny? No, I can't. We got another journal entry. Yeah, I don't know. We invaded and conquered the Ural territories, and everything was going according to plan. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I did something a bit rash. Instead of waiting to declare war on the rest of Russia, I may have just declared war on them all at once using commands. But don't worry, this doesn't influence the story. Okay, so I'm gonna make this game more interesting. It's taking too long to reunify Russia, okay? I'm not waiting like 3 years between each country I have to declare war on, okay? So I'm gonna make it more interesting. I'm gonna console command, okay? Because this is what I have to do. Alright, I'm not cheating. This isn't cheating. I'm making the game harder, and I'm making the game hurry up so then I can actually do more stuff in this video, okay? I promise it's going to be good. I did this because I wanted to declare war on Japan in this video, but I don't think we're going to do that, especially when I came to the realization that things were not what they seem. Because we've got 0 manpower right now. We're not mobilizing. So, but I have to conquer land to get the manpower. I pulled off this encirclement and was able to finally increase my conscription through this focus. I'm still running out of manpower. Come on, get there. Yes, okay. I think that's the encirclement. Done. Perfect. After crushing that encirclement and then rushing their victory points, the first Russia was down. We can integrate all these lands now. Perfect. Now we get so much manpower after like 70 days though. Oleg coughed and spluttered as he stumbled across the muddy field. A thick grey-green fog obscured the world around him. He could only see maybe a foot ahead, so thick was the cloud. Every deep, wheezing breath drawn in through his gas mask was more difficult than the last. He could taste the chemical tinge on his tongue, and he knew that the mask wasn't on correctly. By now I had conquered the middle one, the middle Russia. I don't know what it was, but I conquered it and it was done. I don't know what's going on with this clock thing, right? Look at this, the clock works. Midnight, we're nowhere near midnight, man. Right? I was further advancing into the Siberian Socialist Republic, and before too long they capitulated. Right down there? Oh!
The Holy Russian Empire has wiped out the last remnants of the Siberian Socialist Republic led by Valery Sergei Taboritsky, self-proclaimed blessed regent of all Russia, has conquered his way to supremacy and established a unified government.
Okay, let's do it. The event. The reunification of Russia. Oh! With the Holy Russian Empire. Oh, okay, now it's reunified. Okay, no, this will be the super event. Oh, we can intervene in Kazakhstan. Yeah, that's a good idea. Reunify the motherland. The Holy Russian Empire. Wow, what a banger. The 11th hour. There we go. Dude, this song's a banger, hell yeah. Listen to this. Minecraft cave sounds.mp4. Or is it MP3? I think it's MP3. Yeah. I should know this. I'm literally like I edit my videos. I should know this. What was that sound? That sounded like a knife being sharpened. Dude, why is it literally scary? Anyway, I wanted to intervene in Kazakhstan because that was the logical next step, but then I got a weird thing on my decisions tab. The Reckoning. What is this? What is this? The Reckoning. The Reckoning. What happens? The clock strikes once. What are you talking about the clock strikes once? 19th of June. Maybe I should read it. Might be interesting. What's going on? The Reckoning. Mandate from heaven, the second cleansing. What? Okay. Okay, we can intervene in Kazakhstan. I'm going to do that. I'm sure it's still going to...
The OFN has issued a joint statement regarding the humanitarian crisis in Russia and the rumored genocide in Kazakhstan.
Our test is near midnight. Our test is near. Midnight must never be allowed to come. What? Journal entry 3rd of July. Why must they torment us so? Disobedience has to be. The other explanation could suffice. This is the point where I started to get a little creeped out and very suspicious. Who's writing these journal entries and what are they saying? Tsarevich Alexei cannot rule without loyal and competent servants to delegate responsibilities to. Jewish agents had infiltrated an imperial household easily enough. How deep does their influence run elsewhere? Have to dig deeper, establish new levels of oversight with trusted men. What are they talking about? Jews? Uh-oh. Setbacks, disappointing as of late. Last week they lost a convoy of 300 Jews making for the Finnish border. How does one lose every... What is going on? I know I'm supposed to... Okay. I might check back through the footage and read them all. And just read all the journal entries. Like, just go back through the footage. I might have to. I just realized it should have done like dusk approaches dawn or something. The ending of thing. Once you reunify, that's what normally happens. But we didn't get that. So something is up. Normally when you reunify Russia, you get as dusk approaches the new order, and I didn't get that, so I was getting really suspicious about something more happening. And by now I'm reading all of these events, all of the journal entries, everything I'm reading. Not out loud, just to myself, because every time I read it out loud, I just mess it up, so it's okay. Who is writing these journals? No. Something is up with these journals. If you hadn't noticed, these journal entries are very anti-Semitic and quite disturbing, to be honest. And it had come to my attention that it was the man in charge, Sergei Tabritsky, was the one writing these journals himself. Another journal entry. Jewish rats. What is this? Is this Holocaust number 2? Amen, amen, amen. Now I pray for him to impart further visions to me. Into my weathered skin. When I open a window, I hear only the howling wind and the distant thrum of factories. It does not fill the emptiness in my soul. It sickens me. Countless times I've tried to bear it, but I always end up the same way. With the blessed regent of the Holy Russian Empire hunched over his privy, folding his stomach, until nothing comes up but searing bile. Oh, that's lovely. Silence, and then the creeping dread that trickles down my spine like as water in the turn my mind to, do I fear my creations? Who is it? Is this guy? Writing it? Tabaritsky? What is this law going on? Wait. Born to a Russian merchant and Jewish seamstress, Tabaritsky was nevertheless the staunch of Russian monarchist and an anti-Semite from an early age. An earnest anti-Semite. Yep, you heard that correctly. An anti-Semitic Jew. That's what this man is. It's a hypocrite himself. And he knows it too, referring to his blood as the seal of Cain, which if you don't know was like the first murderer in the Bible or something. Anti-Jew measures have been more fruitful, promises of financial reward, powerful incentive, German methods at work once more effective as ever. I search for Tsarevich Alexei, proceeds as usual, leads are scarce, so he's searching for Alexei. Okay. And Alexei, is he Jewish? And he wants to... I don't know. I can only perceive that, okay, my hand is steady. My mind is intact. I am not insane. No, you're not, man. You ain't insane, man. No way. I was planning to invade Japan. That was my thing, but this is certainly distracting. He lives as he must. Where is he? Okay, we cannot find Alexei. Where is this kid? Wasteland. Russia is the land of Nod, and I am Cain. What even is that? What is Cain? I might have to search that up. Imagine I accidentally say some racial slur. Oops. This guy is Cain. He's comparing himself to Cain in the Bible, who was the first murderer.
For Russia, midnight has come.
Midnight. The clock has struck midnight. Ink spurted and splattered across the page as Taboritsky scrawled away, his hands trembling as though afflicted with palsy. Sweat ran down his face in streams, darkening the blood-crusted and ink-stained paper. His eyes were bloodshot and weepy. He had not slept in days. He had no longer sat at his desk. It was too near the window where God could peer down from the heavens and look upon him with shame. Instead, he was curled up in a corner, back aching, feverish scribbling. He stared straight ahead, hands moving on their own. He hadn't written anything resembling a word in a week. There was a sound, a scuffling of boots on marble. The regent glanced up and felt his heart freeze. His pen clattered to the floor. He tried to stand, but his legs were like lead, and he stumbled to his knees. As he dragged himself forwards, he felt the strength begin to drain from his arms. A pounding began to thrum in his head, a pain like no other, but he pressed forth. How could any man not be enraptured in the presence of his Tsar? His dark hair was cropped beneath the golden crown. He wore a cape of ermine and was bedecked in gold and jewels. He looked older than the regent had expected, but shone with the light of heaven, an immortal sovereign for the Holy Russian Empire. Taboritsky opened his mouth to speak, to question, to marvel, but the words would not come to him. The divine grace of his monarch was overpowering, paralyzing his entire body. Every muscle had turned to stone. He blinked and finally uttered a scream. Bones. A small skull with a bullet hole in it, scrapes of the fine royal clothing stained with old blood were laid over them. The scream turned to choking gurgle as the pain exploded inside his head, blacking out his senses. He collapsed, staring in horror into the darkness around him, and Sergei Taboritsky, blessed regent of the Holy Russian Empire, breathed his last. The thread is served. Negative 50% stability. We lose 250 political power. This guy dies. Sergei replaced trait Autocrat of Havoc with Silent Regan. Why is it glitching out? Now we have a ghost picture of this guy. It's glitching out because he's ruling from beyond the grave, and now he's the Silent Regent because, well, I think he's dead, yeah. It had been a month since the platoon left for Irkutsk. Their orders were to pacify a Siberian province and bring the regent's justice to all who resisted. It was a mission the soldiers were familiar with. The villages and homesteads were different each time, but the results were always the same. Fear, groveling, pleading, a desperate struggle, gunshots, and moving on to the next settlement on the list as the survivors' screams faded away. Kamchatka goes dark. What? I'm pulling out of this whole civil war. Kazakhstan can fight the war itself. What is going? I have a feeling things are not going that well. I'm going to send some divisions over to this place that seems to be quite rebellious, right? So if there's anything that happens, they can immediately react to it. But little did I know, not even my divisions could save me from what was about to happen. Balance from the zone. The Siberian, oh my gosh. I don't like the red outlines, man. The red outlines aren't too good, man. They will endure. Nightfall in the Far East. While we have little information on these rebels or their motivations, we can only assume that this is related to the unholy deception that had befallen the region earlier. With our units paralysed by the disappearance of the blessed regent, we are no longer in a position to restore order, and the Far East is lost. Panic in the wastes. Look at all these red outlines. The Empire is eternal. I don't know, man. It's not looking very eternal to me. There is a wave of radio silence and darkness moving across our country, and we don't know what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it. A few lights still burning western Siberia are going dark. It started with the total loss of communication with the rural areas. While these regions had already been depopulated for quite some time, our soldiers had established several observation posts for the purpose of ensuring stability across every corner of the empire. Even as our outposts cut contact left and right, Omsk, as one of our main communication links with the rest of Siberia, remained functional for weeks. Omsk remained functional for weeks. It was through them that we learned that this startling trend of radio silence had spread to the Urals, and it was hoped that the city would remain in contact for some time. Every link we had had with Omsk had been suddenly and abruptly cut. As one of the few population centers left standing in West Siberia, this was a considerable cause for alarm. Local units still in contact with us have been deployed to investigate this strange turn of events, but so far none have reported back. What few units of ours that are still reporting have been ordered to dig in deeper for the worst. Please remain calm. What is going on? Why are people just disappearing from villages? I know there's a lot of reading, guys, just bear with me. There is no way any summary that I could make could do justice with what's happening right now. I could not explain it nearly as well as the writing, so yeah. Today was rather a hectic day for the central communication station in Vyatka. After a lull in further incidents regarding radio blackouts across West Siberia, it was assumed that perhaps the Lord had smiled upon us once again, and the situation was slowly beginning to stabilize. Unfortunately, while we have still no ability, or absolutely no doubts, that Christ favors us, perhaps our assumptions about local operational security were perhaps a tad optimistic. What remains of the city of Yekaterinburg descends into what can be only described as mass hysteria, as our receivers were absolutely inundated with frantic messages claiming that the city was under siege by an unidentified hostile force, under siege by unidentified hostile forces. These were followed by vastly contradictory messages relayed by seemingly different person each time. Some would claim that the city was still firmly under control and nothing was out of the ordinary was occurring, while others claimed that it had descended into full-scale civil war between mutinous units, and nearly all of them contradicted the initial message about an impending attack from outside forces. Then, after hours of confusion and panic at the communications center, Yekaterinburg finally went dark. What is going on? Why is Dude, there's just this flood of darkness moving west. Then we got another extremely long event about this guy named Ivan. I think he was a soldier and he was going to a random city or town, probably more a village. It was more like a village, except there was no one there. Everyone was just dead. Everyone was just dead on the ground. So that was fun. I think he was just picking off like the remaining survivors, and that was like his orders or something. He was told to do that, so he was doing it. And by now the darkness had reached Western Russia. Our enemy has us surrounded in the holy capital, and we will hold our ground no matter what the cost. Soon our blessed regent will return, and we will march forth to reclaim every inch of lost ground that was lost. Our test has come, we shall fear no evil. The empire is in crisis, from the Volga in the west to the frozen seas of the far east. Warlordism and anarchy have become the law of the land. Viktor Laniov, the highest-ranking communications in the service of His Imperial Majesty, has thus taken matters into his own hands. With the aid of this guy, he seized control of the Vyatka and revealed the truth of what kept hidden from us the whole time. Sergei Tabaritsky is dead. What is this? What is this? What is this an image of? What am I looking at? They realized he was dead? They didn't even know? This news came as a shock to the Empire's loyal subjects, but Larinov has cautioned that the time for mourning has long passed. A purge of those who were responsible in the conspiracy against Tabaritsky's divine regime is now underway, and Larinov has already declared himself to be the late regent's successor. We got a new guy. One of those brutes leveled the barrel of the rifle at Sharkov's head, facing us. Who is the blessed Regan? Sharkov blinked. What? The rifle inched closer, now directly between his eyes. Who is the blessed Regan? He repeated, ice in his voice. Sharkov, now having emptied his bladder in fear, he just pissed himself, managed to stammer out, Tabaritsky. Then the gunshot blew blood, chunks of brain, skull fragments, and clumps of hair over the carpet, gruesomely peeling away to the back of Sharkov's head. The guys left the apartment without another word, proceeding onto the next door on their list. No one would know the death toll of that fateful night. And with this sudden change of power and news of the regent's death, a bunch of uprisings would occur. Not like violent uprisings, just ones that, declare independence and really don't do anything. But you can't invade them either, so yeah. More imperial lands cease their compliance. You guys can read this again. Something about Western Kazakhstan. What just changed? This one. Kazakh Purification Army. And one by one, imperial lands would rise up, declaring their independence from the Holy Russian Empire and forcing their own ideologies and state upon their region. Eventually, we would reach a place that was beyond midnight, a place that was very similar to where we started, but a whole lot more terrifying. Ideologies within the Holy Russian Empire had formed that even the Nazis had deemed disgusting. And from beyond midnight, whether sanity could be restored to Russia was something that would seem to be impossible. As they went screaming out into the abyss, so too was the motherland. From such a fall there will be no salvation. Perhaps in the decades to come, Russia will crawl blackened from the ashes, but she will forever be scarred and mutilated. A traumatized weeping crone, clad in rotting shroud, barely able to stand on her own 2 feet. God has looked up upon the land of Rus and found it wanting. The empire is dead as it promised. Yet, What became of those that lay within its fractured carcass? And so there it is, the Holy Russian Empire and its aftermath. So from my understanding, this guy, Sergei Tabritsky, was a Jewish anti-Semite who was convinced that Alexei was still alive despite him being killed in the basement by communists, would embark on a genocide and holocaust of his own across Russia, through Kazakhstan, trying to find Alexei, of course who he would never find, while also going insane himself, dying without anyone knowing, proclaiming he is the regent and enduring everything, and the empire would endure, and it just falls apart into complete chaos, and now we have literal demonic things going around. There's literally the Brotherhood of Cain, they're Satanists. We've also got the Ural Purification Zone going on now, which is, that does not sound good. I think that's it. If there's anything that I missed, let me know in the comments. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. I try to make it a bit more scary, and hopefully it worked. I hope you guys were on the edge of your seats, okay? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.